Hi, I'm Sarah Stewart from Dr. Strange's EDM 310 class at USA. Our group, Chartres Cathedral, presents technology in sports. In Kelly Ficarelli's video, she interviews Jaguar football player Bryant Lavender to get a player's point of view about technology in sports.
Hello, I'm Kelly. I'm here with my friend and classmate, Bryant Lavender. He is number 8, a wide receiver on our Jags football team, and he's a junior here at South. And I brought him here to ask him a few questions about sports and technology. I guess the biggest question would be, as a player, how can you see technology used in the way sports is taught here at South?
Well, technology for football, just for football, it has changed games. When they throw out the red flag, it changes the whole game because it might be momentum for one team, and then when they check the red flag and they say it was either a catch or no catch, the momentum goes back to the other team. It calls touchdowns back. It calls first downs back. It's a big impact. Just the replay is a big impact, and it's also a big impact for practicing purposes for the coaches to see what the player's done wrong and what he's done right, and to see for yourself when you go in by yourself and watch film and tell you what you need to do to work on that specific drill or that specific movement that you need to do.
Okay. And does your coach use the replays and this, like the slow motion, and does he use smart boards in the classroom or anything like that?
Well, he uses the slow mo. He uses the replays. He doesn't write on a smart board. We use a dry erase board, which works just fine because you can draw plays and what you want him to do, and then you can erase it. But the slow mo and replays, very much. He uses it a lot. Sometimes you get tired of looking at the plays, but
they're very helpful to you.
Yeah, because then you know what you really did, because the eye in the sky does not lie.
Right. And then you can look and you can say, well, I know what happened, what went wrong there, and I won't do that again.
Right. And then it could be something little that you notice, but it's there. It's all on camera, so you know what you did wrong and what you didn't.
Okay. What is the most beneficial technological invention that you or your coaches have used so far?
Slow motion and replay.
Slow motion and replay.
Yeah, because
it's all about slow mo, huh?
Yeah, it's all about slow mo, because if you got a real fast player, saying you doing one-on-ones, and the player's really, really fast. Mm-hmm. Slow mo slows him down, so you can actually see if he supposed to give 1-2 or 1. Use his arm to rip, swim, and the replays you get to see you can see every player on one play to see if he got their depth. Our coach always go through the whole play. We say on a play for, like, if we have 4 receivers in, we go over the play 4 times, so we can see every receiver and what they did on that route.
Okay. Okay. Do you think that technology has made you a better player?
It has, because I go back from my freshman year playing football here,
which is like 3 years ago.
Yeah. I see how wild I was, and then now I see how much tighter my arms gotten. I see what I did on that play that I don't do now, and I see what I didn't do that I do now. You get to see, then you get to see drills that your coach wants you to learn how to do from past teams or other teams that they do, and you can see drills on how it's supposed to be done and how it's not supposed to be done. So he show you a bad rep and a good rep, and he show you the rep that he wants you to, how you want it to go, like how he wants it to go.
Do you watch videos of yourself, like, just in your own time, just to, like, improve your game and stuff?
I do. Well, me and my roommate Corey Walden, we both play receiver. He also we go in all the time and watch film on the other team, and watch film on what we did in that practice, or one-on-ones, or even in the past game that we did that we should have did something else. So it's very helpful because you get to watch yourself, and you get to see yourself progress, so you really know if you're getting better. But you always have a mindset that you're getting better, but what it really is does the film show if you're getting better?
Can you see your progress?
Yeah, can you see your progress?
Yeah. And that's what it would be about for me. I would have to
see
it.
Yeah, you have to see it. And a lot of people have to see it.
I'm very visual.
Exactly.
A lot of people are. So.
Yeah, so like being able to watch it is amazing, because you get to see what coach wants you to do and what you don't want to. I mean, I've had some perfect reps, and I've had some very, very, very not so perfect reps, but hey.
I wanted to talk to you about that EA Sports Simulator. How often do you play video games? Like, how often do you play football on video games?
Well, I play. That's the only game I really do play is football.
What do you
on the
play?
video game.
PlayStation 3?
PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, whichever one. I grew up with playing both of them, so I had to get ambidextrous with them.
But your thumbs out.
Yeah, yep. Actually, I play NCAA the most because I'm a college athlete and I like to play college, and I love playing the game. You know, you get to see what it helps you not only visually, but when you get into real life and you playing, and it helps you know if it's a bad pass or a good pass. Excuse me. Because a lot of times you think that when a quarterback throws you the ball that you're wide open, but then go back to the film and you see if you weren't wide open or not. Mm-hmm. And just like on the video game, you might throw a ball in there and you might fit it in the window, but he wasn't open. So it helps you read the defense a little bit too, and then going through practice as you learn how to read the defense, you can look at the defense on the game and audible to help you with a play that could be a touchdown.
Because EA Sports has that. They have it. It's a game, but it's called a sports simulator, and it actually records a player's statistics and just different data about him. And so I guess in playing the game, you could see if he's improving that way too.
Yeah, actually, the way they do that is it's kind of cool because you can look at the player play like in real life and then play with him on the video game and to see how closely that he really matches to in real life, and a lot of times they hit it right on the head.
Cool, that's cool.
Cause like for example, Julio Jones one-handed passes, AJ Green one-handed passes in real life. Video game, they snag them.
Yeah.
Trent Richardson running people over in the video game, running people over.
That's cool.
The running back for Oregon, Michael James, super fast on the video game. Like,
you'll be on a video game one year?
Yeah, actually.
No, really?
Yeah,
okay,
actually,
cool.
we you could upload us on the internet and we could be on this. Yeah, like
what?
Yeah, they
have your real.
They have your real number, your name spelled correctly and where you're from and stuff like that. They really have it. Like, we uploaded our team just to see what we look like, and they have everybody in the right positions.
That's cool. Who did that?
I don't know. But
that's technology in sports right there.
Yeah, and then like you get to see, because you didn't make it though. Like, you get to see who is like the playmaker, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because they have like stars. And that's the person. Like, if anything goes happen, like if you need somebody to make a play, most likely it's gonna be that person with the star on that team. With either, because you get three playmakers. You know what I'm saying? It could be two guys on defense, one guy on offense, or one guy on defense and two guys on offense. But like that's your person that you need to make a play. So it's kind of cool. You get to.
That is cool.
Oh gosh.
Well, I think I've taken up enough of your time, but I really, really appreciate you coming out here and answering my questions and
no problem.
discussing sports and technology with me.
Yeah, sorry.
Next, Vicki Nelson interviews football coach Keith Smith of Foley Middle School to get a coach's point of view on the matter.
Okay. So where do you teach at?
I teach at Foley Middle School.
And how long have you been at Foley Middle School?
This is my 22nd year at Foley Schools. 5 of those were at the high school, so I guess this is my 17th at middle school.
And what sort of sports do you teach?
Football is the main one I work with. I did track my first 2 years. I helped with track, but football is pretty much what I focused on at that time.
Okay, and what sort of technology do you use with the sport?
What sports?
What sort of technology do you use?
Technology, all right. Like I was showing you a minute ago, we got our machine here, our Vario machine, which we can use to transfer old football films to computer. Mm-hmm. And there's the computers that we got. I'm still learning how to work the programs on that, but once I learn that, I can edit games and make highlight films and that sort of thing from that. This is also beneficial for players can watch their old games. but also we can take it from a coaching standpoint and use those things to show our kids and teach our kids. Like I was pointing out to you here, our triple deck machine has been very, very helpful. All of the stuff that you see up there is things on the hard drive. So if I wanted to look at Daphne versus Bayonet and study them and see what they did scheme-wise and personnel-wise, we can do that and break them down. Again, just for the click of a button, we can go to like just such Baldwin versus Atmore and study that. Or if we want to point out our kids what they did right and what they did wrong last night in the Bayonet game, and again, we can pull it up and look at that. So very, very helpful in what we're doing.
Okay. So you say that technology is pretty beneficial in the sport. All right. Well, I guess that's all I need to know.
For more information about the Burial Machine, go to highschoolsports.al.com. Finally, we have an audio interview where Kelly asked sports editor of the Press Register, Randy Kennedy, what he thinks about technology in sports.
And I have here with me co-worker at the Press Register, sports editor Randy Kennedy. Thank you so much for taking the time to go over some things with me today.
Good to be with you.
Thank you. I wanted to find out a little bit about technology in sports, so I thought who better to ask. And I just have a few questions. How can technology be used in teaching sports from what you've seen, or how is it being used to teach sports?
Well, by next week, this will probably be out of date because there's so much advancement in technology in sports. I mean, this season compared to last, it's night and day. The best example I can give is just a few years ago, if you were in high school football and you said the team's going to get together and watch the film, what that would mean is it would literally be a film projector, and the whole team would sit there and watch a game like we would watch a game on TV, and you would just kind of pick up things that you could find off of that. What it means today is it's not film at all, but it's a recording, and they've broken it down by every play. So if you're a defensive tackle, you're only looking at plays that are relevant for defensive tackles. You're not wasting your time watching the offense play, which is not relevant to you at all. So they're really able to use their time so much smarter now because of technology, because of the way you can edit, and you don't even have to be an expert to edit video and that sort of thing. So it is come light years.
Okay. And what is some of the newest technology or the more advanced technology that you've seen here used in colleges, high schools, middle schools along the Gulf Coast?
One thing is that so many people now, even high school students, are tech savvy, and they have cell phones and smartphones and the whole thing. I was talking with Glenn Vickery, who's the high school head coach, football coach at Daphne High School, and he said they film every practice. And when they get done, before the guys are showered and ready to go home, they can hand them something, or they can send them an email to say, on your ride home, if you're riding with somebody, you can watch it on your phone. It is that instantaneous. Also, they can break down film of other teams to say, just when you're sitting at home, pick up your cell phone and watch it.
Instant feedback.
Exactly. It's instant feedback. That is so far removed from just a few years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing my research, I found a couple of things that I thought were very impressive. There was a shirt called Under Armour 39, I believe it's called.
Yes.
You heard of that before?
Yes.
And it measures your breathing rate, it measures heartbeat, it even measures the recovery time. Do you think that would be something high school teams here or college teams here would use? I mean, I'm not sure how expensive it would be.
I think in 10 years from now, or even less than that, it'll just absolutely be standard, and we'll be amazed that there was ever a time when they weren't using that. That they're doing that. Also with helmets in football, you can measure a lot of things, and you can measure impact and that sort of thing based on.
Really?
Yeah, and it's far above my pay grade to know exactly how it works, but I do know that it's not only is it increasing performance, but safety with players as well. So that's being used. But the stuff what Under Armour is doing is really cutting edge at this point.
Well, thank you so much for taking this time with me, and I really appreciate you informing me a little bit about what's local in our area and teaching me a little bit about technology and sports.
We hope you enjoyed our podcast and it broadened your knowledge of technology and sports. We want to thank Bryant Lavender, Coach Keith Smith, and Randy Kennedy for participating in this production.